What's going on, guys? Alright, so today in this video we're going to start working on the inside of the car. Something different for once. So today what we're going to do is we're going to pull out this whole center console. Only because we need to get the shifter out. Got a new shifter for it. And got something else for it. So here's the shifter, cardboard. Went with the Steeda. I think it's a triax shifter, TKO. Got all the accessories here. Got some new bolts. Got the rubber here for between the shifter and the shifter arm. Of course, got your instructions. Got the shifter. It's a really nice piece. And I got the shifter arm here. So we're going to be installing that as well. Another thing I'll be installing is, yes guys, I am putting cup holders in the Mustang. And I went with the option with the 2 USB. So I figured give me at least some ports for when I plug a GoPro or my phone up. I'll have that option. Got the wiring there. I believe it just plugs into the stock wiring. We'll see on that. So, got that from LMR. I actually got it on sale. I think the only reason why I got it was on sale. So, we're gonna pull all that out. First, I'm gonna disconnect the shifter arm there. And I took it out once. It's pretty simple. Gotta take the armrest out, and I pop this out, and everything else pretty much comes out on its own. Alright, so to remove this cover here, you got 2 bolts back, or 2 screws back here on the back side, and you got 2 screws here up front. Once you take those 2 out, you'll be able to pull the entire piece out. I've already actually did it. I put it back in place so I can show y'all. I haven't taken my shifter out yet, so if you take that out, it'd make things a little easier, but most of the time you won't do that. So, pull it apart like so. Got your plug here. That went to the mirrors. And you got the another plug here, goes to your cigarette outlet, which I think that wire, find it right here, that wire right there will plug into the new harness. So this is officially out. Kind of looking at it too, it doesn't even have a spring in it for the ashtray door. We also look at it too, it's also a different color shade of blue, so it's either more like it came out in their car and they just replaced it and never put the spring in. So far I haven't found no spring, but anyways, you can see it's hard to tell on camera, but if you look at it in the light, you can see where it all fades and all, where the sun has been beating on it. Just aged. This has been replaced at one time. You can see it's been glued. So it's been out before. Well, I've taken it out once, but before I bought the car, someone else is taking it out. Alright, so that is out. So next I need to do is I'm going to unscrew here and here. And I think I'm going to take this out. the whole shifter here and take this front cover off. And I think there's a screw on each side here. Alright, so I managed to figure it out. You gotta pull the cover that's under the steering wheel column here. Got a couple screws on each side. And on this side you didn't pull anything except for having to drop the glove box down. So there's a screw. I guess at one time there should be 2 screws, bottom and top on each side. You take those out, the whole piece comes back. You will have to take your shifter out, or your shifter arm, and throw it back at the farthest gear you can. And you got your trunk release and your fuel door release there. Just unplug those. Just be careful, because just be careful. It is an older car, and these clips tend to just break. So pretty much it's loose. It's ready to come out. All right, so the entire console is out of the car. Went and took this out already. You got 4 bolts, 8mm. Mine's past wore out. So now we got access to the entire shifter. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bolts to take out. So as you can see, you have to pull the whole console to actually get to even the back bolts here. Even if you have this in here, you can't get to these back bolts with the console in, because they're right here, and the console's like right here. So everything's torn out. Well, at least I can get in here and clean up and all. Alright, so the old shifter is out. Got off to the side here. Went ahead and cleaned the surface up. So, got that all ready. Got the new shifter here. I just need to get my brake clean out and clean that surface up. Since I am running a newer TKO, I have to run this little spacer bracket, or this spacer here. This pretty much just goes on top. So I need to put a bead of gasket on the housing, on the transmission. Put this on top and put another coat of sealer on top. Then we'll be ready to put the new shifter in. Alright, so the new shifter is in. I reused the old bolts to the transmission. It came with new ones, and went to go put them in. It just didn't feel good. They'll catch a couple threads. Didn't catch that. It'll screw in just a tad bit and it just stops. So it acted like the thread pitch was wrong. They're the same length and all, but I didn't want to try to force these in and screw up threads in the transmission. So went ahead and used the old bolts, and they went in just fine. I was able to put them all the way down by finger. I put a little thread locker on them, and now I'm just going to tighten them down. It's going through the instructions, but it doesn't say anything about what torque they should be. So I'm just going to tighten them down to what I think it feels good. Because right now I've already tightened them down just a tad bit with my hand wrench. And I already got the gasket sealer popping out already. So I'm just going to tighten it down by hand to where it feels good. And next we'll work on setting the stops And once we get that done, we can throw, well, there's a ring that goes in here. We'll put the ring in, and we'll throw the new, got a new boot for it. So it should be looking all nice and new again. Alright, so got my shifting spots, my bolts set. Going through all the gears. They go in third gear. Should go all the way up. Should barely touch the bolt. You see, touch the bolt and let off the handle and spring back. Shouldn't be touching. Fourth, same way. So everything's nice and set. Got the ring here. Slide on top. Got a new boot. Put on top of the shifter. On the shifter. As you know, the old one is wore out. So got a new one here. Just gonna put in place. That's what the ring's for. So just put the new boot guard on. That ring is supposed to keep the boot from going down and interfering with the shifter. So it should go on like that, as so. Get my screws and we'll bolt it down. What's going on, guys? Alright, so as you can see, I'm kind of in the middle of well, I got the shifter done and getting the console, center console, all cleaned up. Got it painted. I'm just letting it dry. Got a couple coats on. I may throw one more coat on it. But for today's $100 challenge, the only thing I can really come up with my build right now is replacing this center cushion pad. I guess that's what you want to call it. You can see mine's a little wore out. It's got a crack in it. And since I got pretty much, you know, everything torn out, it'd make it a lot easier to just go ahead and replace this now. So as you can see, I'm keeping everything blue inside the car. Repainted the center console. Trying to paint match close as I can. It's pretty damn close to the original. But I'm gonna paint this guy right here the same color as everything else, and get a few nice good coats of paint on it. We'll get the old one out and put this new one in. Alright, so got everything pulled out. That last bolt right here was the hardest, because you have to pull the vents out, and my vents didn't come out as planned. I didn't manage to break mine, but you're supposed to press down these tabs. There's some on top, and you see I just broke that one. But these are really hard to press in, and I was pressing them in with my little tools there, the yellow, and it was just breaking the trim around it. So more likely it's never been pulled in its entire life. So it's all fragile, but we'll replace it. So we got the new one there. Here's the old one. So you got 3 bolts on it. You got one here, and one here on the right here at the end. It's the hardest one, and it just slides right out. But you have to pull the vent to get to it. But anyways, we got it out. Got the new one there. We're going to put in place. And pretty much, you know, repeat the steps, but opposite way. So, alright, so I got the new dash pad in. Want to make a note here. The stock bolts for the old pad will not work on a new pad if you buy the one from LMR. I actually had to go down and get some new bolts. For it, you'll need 3. I was able to find some, well, sort of find some. So I found this little kit. It's got bolts and nuts in it. So there's the size you need. Number 8, 32. So you'll need new ones. What I did is I have some of these little washers I put back behind it and tighten it down. And so far everything worked. It's a little dirty from my greasy hands, but we'll get it cleaned up. But we are done with that. Next, I'm gonna work on putting the center console back in. The vents, I'm actually put the old one back together, kind of glued it just for the time being, till I find another one or what I'm going to do there, because really I don't have any AC or heat in this car, so it really does nothing, just to be there and fill a void. But I have the old one. I mean, like I said, I pretty much came apart taking it out. Pretty much tell this has never been taken apart before. And being as old as it is, everything just gets brittle and just starts breaking. So got the new piece. I got some clear JB weld. I'm just weld back together. Right now I'm just letting it sit and dry. But for the time being, I can work on the center console here. I'm gonna get the vacuum out and clean as much of this crap out as I can. And we'll drop the new one in. Then we'll drop the center console in. Alright, so everything's going back together pretty well. So really don't have much left to do in here, except for installing the new cup holder / USB, replacing the ashtray and all that. Need to find my boot for the shifter, if we can install that somewhere right here in this garage. But hopefully I can find it. If not, we'll be picking up a new one, or I can find somebody who has a used one in pretty decent shape. But ain't much more left to do. That's pretty much it. Still waiting for that vent to dry. Then next, once I get all of this done, I want to tackle on the carpet. I was going to replace the carpet in the car, but I did some sections. For example, right here, even though the passenger side is usually the most or the least worn out, but I got some like some turbo wax type carpet spray. Sprayed it on, let it sit for about a minute or two, and I scrubbed it. Came out pretty good. Took majority of the stains out. So I'm probably gonna go around and do the rest of the whole car that way once I get this done. And I also have a steam cleaner if that'll help. Trying to condition as much inside the car best I can. It needs a little love. But so far it ain't coming out too bad. Eventually I'll replace all this, take this out, and have one panel in, maybe put like a tablet top system or whatnot. We can have it set up with a micro squirt. But that'll be down the road once we get the car up and going and everything again. Alright guys, so everything is back together. I think it came out pretty good. I may do a armrest delete to finish it off. And I'm gonna have to order a new ball, or a shifter knob I mean, and a boot to finish that up. I thought I had one here. I might have thrown it away, but I look high and low in his garage and it's nowhere to be found. But I think it came out pretty good. So now I got some cup holders and some USB charging point or ports. Yeah, there you can plug in like another charger, like a phone charger. It goes right in, or you got the two USB ports here, 3.1 amp. So that's pretty good charging rate for today's phones or devices of anything. But I think she came out pretty good. Try a paint match the best I could. You can tell it's off a little bit, but it sure does look a hell lot better than it did before. And got my vent in kind of fixed up just a little bit. You can see there's parts missing there, but does its job for now. Fills the hole up. We'll eventually get it replaced. We'll do that once we get rest of this taken care of, but we'll do that on another day. And next I'm probably gonna come in here, and I mentioned cleaning the carpet. Did a little spot here. It's hard to tell on the camera. It's not a whole lot of light here in the garage, but I did clean up a little bit. But I think if I let the carpet cleaner sit a little longer, let it soak into the carpet, I think I can get a lot more of this dirt out. But guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. On the next video, we'll cover more here on the console, like just little parts here. I'm gonna have to order them up, and I still have to decide I want to do the armrest delete, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Just make it look clean and all. But guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. And if you have any questions, shoot a comment below. Be sure to like, and don't forget to subscribe. There's gonna be a lot of good videos coming up, especially on the turbo. That's coming up, and really that's the next big thing coming up on the car. Everything I already have planned to do here in the garage is pretty much done. So, but yeah guys, wrap up this video here, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.